and order situation panned out in the national capital today around Friday prayers in the Sadar Bazaar area of Delhi. A community came out protesting installation of a statue of national icon and freedom fighter Virangana Rani Laxmibai. Can you imagine, friends? An attempt was made to block the administration from carrying out a High Court mandated civic development work by creating a law and order situation. Massive police deployments had to be made, and the administration had to retreat for the day. Where are we heading? Can this lawfare in aid of communal interests be allowed? That's our debate on the installation of Rani Laxmibai's statue in Delhi. Look at the facts, and then I come back with a panel of guests.
A political tussle has erupted over the reinstallation of Rani of Jhansi statue at the Shahi Idgah Park. The Shahi Idgah committee says that the Waqf land is encroached. The High Court, on the other hand, struck down their plea, stating that the land belongs to the Delhi Development Authority. There were calls of protest following Delhi High Court's decision.
ये बताइए रानी लक्ष्मीबाई कौन थी, जानते हैं आप?
जी, रानी लक्ष्मीबाई जब ध्यान दें हम
कौन थी?
अपने पूरे देश का मतलब वो रानी लक्ष्मीबाई जैसे कि ये होते हैं ना जो क्या बोलते हैं शकुंतला थी जो अपने ऐसी वो भी है।
अच्छा, क्या करती थी, क्या करती थी? नेता थी, क्या करती थी?
नेता नहीं मालूम है।
ये नहीं पता। ये कौन थी, रानी लक्ष्मीबाई कौन थी, नेता थी, क्या करती? फिल्म एक्ट्रेस थी, क्या करती?
उसका मालूम नहीं, इसको मालूम बता।
तो आप लोग प्रोटेस्ट करने के लिए चले आए यहाँ पर, क्यों कर रहे हैं प्रोटेस्ट?
तो मुझे पता नहीं, उन्होंने यूथ किया हमारा इंडिया के लिए।
Security was also deployed at Shahi Idgah.
Some locals, some Idgah committee members have been claiming that this is invading into their personal space, and they have filed a legal case against this. But if you see what has happened, that the Delhi High Court has dismissed that plea earlier also. But right now, some people try to not normalize the situation, and they try to spread rumors through social media, saying that most people should gather and for a greater cause. This is what they have been claiming.
Amid this, BJP and AAP exchanged a war of words. The BJP says that the AAP is politicizing the issue, and AAP meanwhile insists that BJP is conspiring to move Rani Laxmibai's statue outside the RSS office in Chandewala. Question that arises is, why politicize a national hero?
All right, joining me in this conversation, Advocate Ishkaran Bhandari, political analyst, leans towards the right. He's joining us live from Delhi. He practices in the courts as well, as you can see from his attire. Shalini Ali, a women's rights activist. She's also associated with the RSS-backed Muslim Rashtriya Manch. She's live from Delhi. And we also are going to have, in a bit, we have, in fact, Aam Aadmi Party's national spokesperson, Anmol Panwar, live from Delhi, since it's a matter which pertains to the governance, civic governance of Delhi, where both at the level of the municipal corporation and the state, it's the Aam Aadmi Party which is in power. And Atikur Rahman, Muslim scholar, joining us live from Mumbai for the Muslim perspective, because it was the community which came out. Atikur Rahman, can I briefly tell you more facts about what has exactly happened? There is a project in Delhi called the Rani Laxmibai road project, which is about widening a road and increasing the length of a flyover. And this is in the North Delhi Sadar Bazaar area. And the project pertains to a period of 2016-17. And finally, things came to a head where they decided, okay, fine, let's get going by broadening the road. That was a request made by the Delhi Traffic Police, because the statue in the middle of the road was creating traffic jams. A location was found, which happens to be a DDA park, Delhi Development Authority Park, and the statue was to be put there. The Waqf board and the Shahi Idgah mosque in the vicinity went to the court. They said this is not allowed because this is our land. The court said, please bring documents. The documents were brought in. The DDA came back with its claims. The High Court said, no, the DDA has better documents, better claims, so the statue can go. And the court made some serious observations. Now, yesterday, the community came out en masse. There was mass mobilization through WhatsApp and other social media. And they said, no, we are not going to allow this. A law and order situation was created. Today was Friday Prayers Day. And this installation of the statue couldn't happen, Atikur Rahman. I mean, can we have better sense prevailing so that these kind of episodes do not happen? This is about civic governance. I will refuse to make it a Hindu-Muslim issue. This is about civic governance. And how do you see that?
Well, Abhishek, to be very fair, and as you said that we need to put the things into perspective, not making it communal. Now, the claims of the DDA has been established. There cannot be two doubts about the contribution of Rani Laxmibai to India, what she did against the British, the foreign power. So we need to recognize that too. Now, if the Muslims are saying that they do not need a statue, and since I am not a local of Delhi, I do not know where the statue is going to be put. They will be offering their namaz on this Idgah Maida, perhaps on the day of two Eid, the Ramzan Eid and the Bakri Eid. So the Muslims, if the statue is at the east, where the Muslims prostrate before the Kaaba, the east side, if that is the recognized place to put the statue, I would say that the DDA can consider a different place, the west or the north or the south, so that things can be amicably sorted out. The putting of the statue cannot be having any objections from the community if it is on either side leaving the east side. Even I, as a researcher on Islamic studies, would request the Muslim community at Delhi who are protesting, even if it is put and installed at the eastern side of where the prostration will be continued by the Muslims, you can put a curtain on it before offering the namaz. Things can be easily sorted out, Abhishek. This cannot be made a communal issue. And the claims of the Waqf board at Delhi, I doubt their intentions, because the Waqf at Delhi is completely owned by the government. The Muslim community per se have
I'm not getting this.
As far as the Waqf boards are concerned.
Atikur Rahman, I'm not getting this. This is not a religion issue. This is not the compound of the mosque. You know, this is DDA property. It has been proved in a court of law that this is happening in a public park, a DDA park. But even this religion aspect, I don't think it can be applied, but because Shalini Ali is there, Shalini, what is this east argument that you can't have a statue in a public park if it is to the east of a mosque?
There is a rule that we all follow as Muslims, that we face the western direction, that is the direction of the Kaaba. Now, I do understand the sentiments of the Muslims. I do understand that the sentiments are there that you cannot have an idol, you cannot have a statue, and because we are going down towards the side of the Mecca. Okay. The question is not where the statue is being put. The first and foremost question that is there is that why has the community opposed this entire concept of having the statue being shifted to a public park, to a DDA park, which may be outside the Shahi Masjid. Now, for the record, I would like to tell you that this park was being used for wudu. It was being used for public latrine. This was being used, which was not allowed. And yet, when the DDA has taken the possession of the park, they've cleaned it. And if for the upliftment of that area, for the traffic purposes, if we are shifting the statue, I don't see any nationalist citizen of this country, I'm repeating myself, any citizen of this country who can say he's a nationalist citizen will have any kind of a disagreement on it. It boils down to all the other parties, political parties, that are trying to make it an objective to politicize it. There is no harm in shifting Rani Jhansi's statue over there. There is no harm in anything. As a matter of fact, in the past 2 days, we have seen that there are videos going viral of women in burqas taking that scene. Please come. Agar tum Musliman ho, aao, dekho, yahan pe ye murti lagai ja rahi hai. It's not a murti. It's a statue of a freedom leader. For heaven's sake, a woman who gave her life for this country, for the freedom of this country. It all boils down to the illiteracy, which is still prevailing, for which me and my Sangathan has been working. I mean, today the Muslims of this country actually don't know who all were the freedom fighters who have fought, which had many Muslims fighting also for it. So they have politicized it, made it into an idol from a statue, and have not even given awareness that, see, there is a traffic jam taking place there. We need to work for the citizens of this state, and for that we are shifting it. And the state government is responsible for it. They should have made it a point when they have these mohalla clinics and when they have all these things coming in. They should have taken a stand, given in a sentence. They should have given a statement that this is being done for traffic positioning. Please don't politicize this.
Okay, Shalini, Ishkaran, just bear with me because Shalini has thrown this at the government of the day, which happens to be of the Aam Aadmi Party, so I have to go to Anmol Panwar. Anmol, you are in power in the state as also the MCD. This is an MCD project, a PWD project in collaboration with the DDA. There is a High Court sanction. Why should the Aam Aadmi Party be in two minds about whether there can be a Rani Laxmibai statue at the DDA park or not?
Abhishek ji, this news ticker which is just above my head, it says BJP politicizing. It must be amended to BJP betraying the nation, because this act and this long-standing pattern is evident today due to this recent plan to remove Rani Laxmibai's statue. And the country is aware about their disgraceful history. And the reason which these people are giving is कि भाई सरकार को रोड बनानी थी, सरकार को रोड कंस्ट्रक्ट करनी थी, इस वजह से स्टैचू रिमूव किया. Now I want to ask Ms. Shalini that ठीक है, चलो आपकी बात हमने एक बार को मान लेते हैं कि ये रोड बनाने के लिए था, जो कि सच्चाई नहीं है. But the fact remains, someone should ask them that which road was to be built in the Parliament House from where they have statues of Bhimrao Ambedkar ji, Mahatma Gandhi ji.
Anmol, stay with the topic. Can I fact check? Can I fact check you? Can I fact check you?
Complete.
No, I'll let you complete. I'll let you complete, but if provided you don't digress. You are digressing. You're going to Parliament House. No, stay with this story. Stay with this Rani Laxmibai statue and the road.
Which road was to build in the Parliament House? Why did they remove statue of Mahatma Gandhi ji, Bhimrao Ambedkar ji, Shivaji Maharaj ji?
Again, you are falling into a trap, Anmol. That was for development purposes. That was to make the campus better, and that's exactly the reason why this is being done here. This is a project which emanates from the PWD, which is under the Aam Aadmi Party. Shalini, hold on, no, don't interrupt. This is a project which emanates from a PWD project, right? This is a project which emanates from a request by the Delhi Traffic Police that road congestion is being caused because of the statue being in the middle of the square, and that's why it needs to be moved. This is purely a civic and development project. It has nothing to do with BJP. In the present, you are in power in both the state and also the MCD. The PWD is controlled by you. The MCD is controlled by you. In fact, the officials
to remove Rani Laxmibai's legacy in Delhi. हमें पता है इनके डीएनए का स्वतंत्रता सेनानियों के खिलाफ रहे हैं, मुखबिर रहे हैं अंग्रेजों के. इनका डीएनए ही ऐसा है.
I can't allow that.
भाजपा वालों का डीएनए देश विरोधी है.
Anmol, I'm on a very serious matter. Anmol, I'm on a very serious matter. Anmol, I'm on a very serious matter. You see, someone who represents the community, Atikur Rahman, is being very responsible. Shalini Ali is being responsible. Ultimately, it's becoming a AAP versus Congress or AAP versus BJP thing, which is unfortunate. I'm saying, look at the observations. Look at the observations made by the High Court, and see, look at the intransigence. A single judge bench of the High Court says that the Idgah Management Committee wants to indulge in communal politics using shoulders of the court, and uncalled for communal color is being given. Not the BJP, it's the Idgah committee, right? The court's observation. The committee goes...
Forget that the Waqf fought for that land with the DDA. Why do you forget that the Waqf board was fighting for that land, and the chairman of the Waqf board, Mr. Amanullah, is still behind jail, who is a neta of the Aam Aadmi Party.
Okay, I still don't want to politicize it. I don't want to make it an AAP versus BJP thing. It is, as Atiq tried to make, it is about civic nationalism. It is about civic governance. Ishkaran, can you?
It is becoming difficult for the BJP to conceal this wrongdoing. That is why they are not even participating in the debate.
No. That's not the reason. That there was no spokesperson as of now available. No, Anmol, listen. You are not going to get a free pass on this. Ishkaran, I am not going to allow this, Anmol. I am not going to allow this, Anmol. I am stick to the debate. This is a civic nationalism debate. This is a civic governance debate. Atiq tried to give it a spin.
Why have they removed statue of Mahatma Gandhi?
Atiq tried to...
Why have they removed statue
Okay, I'll come to you. Okay, I'll deal with that. Atiq tried to...
Parliament House.
I'll come to you.
Going on and on. It's a very serious issue. It's about the rule of law in this nation.
Exactly.
Whether laws passed by the Parliament will be opposed by mob violence, whether orders of the court will be prevented from being implemented by organizing mobs of people. That is the core issue we have to discuss here. And I will start discussing that issue. And I will just say one thing before I discuss it. I do not lean right or any other way. I stand firmly with my nation. People can see it as it is. Now, what has happened in this case? Not one order, but there are two orders of the Honorable High Court. First, if DDA is doing something, MCD is doing something, and anybody has an opposition, it can go to court. The court will decide whether the opposition is genuine or not. The single judge decided that the opposition did not have any merit and ordered that the authorities should install a Rani Laxmibai statue at a particular spot, as she was a leader of the War of Revolution. The second aspect, what happened then? Then the Shahi Idgah Committee, and this is the Honorable High Court, which I'm reporting from, which says that it is doing communal politics. Not only communal politics, they made certain amendments in their petition against a judge who had passed order, and the court took a very strong view on that and said, you delete those paragraphs. You will not cast such aspersions on the court. You will not be allowed to give a free rein to your communal politics, or from moving and blaming political parties, now you will start blaming judges for enforcing the law of the land. Either you have a title to a land and nobody comes there, or you don't have a claim to the land, and then the civic authorities in a public place are allowed to do certain things, which they are doing. And now, instead of deciding this, it's a simple question to AAP spokesman or anybody else. Once a court order is there, do you stand with the mob stopping the authorities, or do you support the mob stopping the authorities? It's a simple question. Please answer. The court has decided. Now you decide as a government. Do you support the mob preventing authorities from doing their job, or do you want that mob to be able to function in this manner?
Anmol, that's a loaded question. I wish you could answer this honestly. Anmol, just adding to it. You answer this honestly. I'm only adding to it. The matter went to the High Court, and it's getting a little repetitive, but I have to, because I don't want you to digress, and I don't want to give you a free pass. The matter went to the High Court. The High Court, on merits, decided that this land belongs to the DDA. The Waqf couldn't prove its ownership over the land title, number one. Number two, the Delhi police, traffic police request that this is creating problem for us. Number three, PWD, which is under you since 2015, it's their project. There are budgetary allocations for the widening of the road, lengthening of the flyover, etc. You are fully party to the project. Your people, MCD officials, were there today when the installation had to happen and was obstructed. And tomorrow it might happen again. Just be responsible, Anmol, and answer, are you going to not respect what 3 judges in the High Court, first a single judge bench and then a 2-judge bench, ordered on this issue?
Abhishek ji, everyone has to comply with the orders issued by the court. The orders cannot be disregarded.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I want to stay responsible. Thank you so much for being responsible. I want to stay responsible.
You don't want me to respond?
No, you have. I commend you for being responsible. But because I'm short on time, I want to cover very important aspect, Anmol. Be with this.
I want to ask one simple question. At the cost of repetition, that which road was to be built in the Parliament House, और वो भाजपा के भगौड़े क्यों नहीं आए आज डिबेट पे?
We have debated that when that happened, Anmol. I am not letting you digress. Now, a larger question, Atiq and Shalini. Larger question. You know, the simple thing that can be understood between Atiq and Shalini and Anmol and Ishkaran and Abhishek, can't it be communicated in a manner to the community there, to the Idgah committee? Are we failing in our having mechanisms by which that kind of communication can happen? That this is not a community issue? Can we have a code, a public code by which everyone is guided once you are out of your bloody home? Can I ask this to Atiq first and then to Shalini?
Just 2 points, Abhishek. I do not know where the MCD needs to install that particular statue of Rani Laxmibai. If it is installed at a place, wherever it is, and the prostration of the people on the Eid day is not in any way coming on their way, it is a very, very welcome.
Okay.
It can be any side. It can be any side. Even if it is in the West, I repeat myself, then a curtain can be put by the community. I request the Muslim community, go and apply your mind before a very, very authoritative court or authority of the MCD.
I have unfortunately again run out of time, but we made an important point today, you know, between Ishkaran Bandari, Shalini Ali, Anmol Panwar and Atikur Rahman, that there are certain issues in which constitution should be held supreme. Like it is attempted so many times by the community to build a narrative. Constitution should be supreme. This is an occasion when constitution should be supreme. And by the way, apart from the statue of Rani Laxmibai, there would also be 2 statues of her commanders, of Khuda Baksh and Ghulam Ghaus. You know, it's not a Hindu versus Muslim issue. It is Hindu and Muslim issue, and it is about civic nationalism. Everyone should take pride in the contributions made by our freedom fighters and act accordingly. Thank you so much, friends, for joining in this conversation this Friday night. Thanks for watching.